I
Wow.
I feel that a lot of times being single, never being married, um, the thought is if you don't have a partner, then you're half a person. And when you find someone, you find your other half.
Wow.
And so what I've learned throughout the different seasons of my life is that I am a whole person.
Wow.
And the
That's
person that
beautiful.
comes into my life as a partner will just add
That's
more
right.
joy
Yes.
to my
That's
already
beautiful.
wholeness.
Girl, you preaching over
Yeah.
here.
Uh-huh.
Woo.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, everybody. Welcome back to Girls Night In. This is the space where real women with real faith have real conversations. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight, and we got a real good topic. This is a good one. We're talking about single, secure, and open to love. And a lot of us have been in that single space, but I want you to know that you can be healthy, whole, healed, and still open to what God has next for you. This is a conversation where we're going to laugh, we're going to reflect, we're going to be honest, but we're also going to be able to come away knowing that God has something beautiful for you in every single season. And y'all know I never do this alone. I got my girls with me tonight. We're going to start over here to my left. Miss Nadine Jones. It's so good to have you. Look at this beautiful smile.
So glad to be here.
Nadine is from Huntsville, Alabama. She is a CFO. She's a small business owner. She's a girl mom of one and a dog mom. Love it. All right. So we also have Melanie Barnes Banks. She's from Hazel Green, Alabama. She's a healthcare administrator and a mom of two young men. So good to have you. I can't wait to have this conversation.
Thank you.
All right, to my right, I got Amalia Dugal. She is the manager and treasurer for Breath of Life. She's a mother of three amazing children and a nanny to two wonderful grandchildren. Awesome. Glad to have you, Amalia.
Thank you.
All right, and then also to my right, I have Maya Dupree. She's right here from Huntsville, Alabama. She's 22, and she just completed her degree in early childhood education. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right, so we are so excited to have you ladies with us so that we can have this necessary conversation. We don't want to leave anyone out. We talk about marriage, we talk about all the things, but we want to talk to our single ladies who are single, secure, and still open to what God may have next. So I want to just start by getting a little bit of your story. Tell me just briefly about yourself. Just give us a little history of where you are so that we can know who you are. There's somebody out there that's going to relate to your story. So we'll start with you, Maya.
Oh, okay. um, very much single.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, nothing serious
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
You know, whatever comes, always praying, but it's just more of like just letting, what will be
Okay.
in a sense. It's just like, okay, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Okay.
So that's where I am right now.
Right. That's a good space to be in. Yeah. Amalia, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have been married.
Okay.
I was married for probably almost 28 years and single for about, I guess, 12, 14, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And very content, actually.
Okay.
I have the grandkids to keep me quite busy. Those are the loves of my life right now. I'm kind of where Maya is. If it happens, it happens. I'm not actively looking
Okay.
for anything. So.
Okay. All right. Good. Nadine, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am single.
Okay.
I have not been dating over the last couple of years just because I was raising a daughter and wanting to stay safe. And so now my daughter's in college and I'm open to dating now
Okay.
and, just waiting
Okay.
patiently.
All right. Yes. Okay. Melanie, tell us a little bit
Yes.
about your story.
Okay, I need to clarify. I'm not from Hazel Green. I did tell you that, but I'm from the state of California. That is where I
Okay,
hail from,
represent now.
from the island of Jamaica where I was born.
Okay,
I
okay.
was married for about 12 years. My husband and I divorced. Unfortunately, COVID happened and he passed away unexpectedly 4 years ago. So I'm raising our two amazing sons, Evan and Michael. They are 17 and 12 years old, and we have a dog, Kingston, bless his little heart. But, the transition from marriage to being single was difficult, and I'm interested and want to dive deeper into the conversation with you ladies. But right now, I'm very content in my life and raising my children and keeping God first in everything that I do. So if it comes, it will come.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all for sharing. I was going to ask you all to describe your current relationship with singleness, but I heard the content, I heard the curious, the hopeful. So I think you all already put that out there.
That doesn't mean I'm not. It's, if someone comes,
Hey,
then
hey, we're single, secure, and open.
we're open.
What God may have. Listen, we got to keep
Yes.
the door open.
Yes.
Hey. All right. So, what's something beautiful you've discovered about yourself in this season of singleness? What's something that you're learning about yourself or that you're seeing as you evolve?
I know that right now it's just like being okay with just being alone. Before I was like, okay, maybe. Like right now, I just feel like I should, be with somebody. Because again, it's like, oh, 22. That's when you're supposed to, be finding somebody. And then also looking ahead in the future. I'm like, you know what? I'm definitely okay on, this whole, I'm like, I'm not ready to get married right now.
Okay.
And it's like, even looking at my parents' relationship, it's like, oh, after college, you were just, heading straight into, getting
Yeah.
married and stuff like that. And just like, I'm okay with where I am now.
Good.
Like I said before, it's like, if it comes, it comes. But just being okay with myself and being okay with where I am now, I think that that's the biggest thing.
I love that. I remember being a little girl and playing MASH. Did any of y'all do that? Where you wrote out your whole life's
Yes.
plan?
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
get
be
cars,
married
how
by
many kids?
right. And I had it all planned out. None of
guy?
that.
Did it ever pan
None of
out?
that. No,
Yeah.
it did not happen according to that plan. But I think sometimes as little girls and as we evolve, we are looking and we're like have that timeline in our head sometimes.
Absolutely.
And it's interesting. But I'm glad that you're like, okay. At first, I thought. But I'm actually good. I'm content. God has a plan for each of us. He has a timeline for each of us, and it's beautiful when we can get to a place where we can accept that.
Yeah.
Anyone else? What's something beautiful you're learning about yourself, or that you're seeing in yourself in this season?
Well, I will say for me, my music ministry at church, I definitely am heavily involved in church. I go to First Church in Huntsville, Alabama, where I'm a co-director for the children's choir. I'm on the praise team. I sing in several groups, and that is what fulfills me, even though I don't have a partner. So just connecting through music in any type of way so that I can minister and connect people to Christ. So that's something that I've noticed in this phase of my life. Yeah.
The body of Christ is blessed from those who are in various seasons and can have that moment to say, you know what, in this season, I'm going to give my all here. Like there are blessings there.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about you, Nate?
I would say wholeness. I feel that a lot of times being single, never being married, the thought is if you don't have a partner, then you're half a person. And when you find someone, you find your other half.
Wow.
And so what I've learned throughout the different seasons of my life is that I am a whole person. And the person that comes into my life as a partner will just add more joy to my already wholeness.
Girl, you preaching over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It's taken a while to get there, but
That's a good word.
That is.
That's
yeah.
a good word because I feel like it prepares us to have a healthier marriage when we do.
yes.
Because I was one of those, I'm just going to keep it real. When I got married, I was like, okay, he's going to make me happy. And then I was like, but wait, what am I bringing to this situation? There were moments where I was just like, okay, I'm still got some work to do on me so that I can be whole, so that I'm not resting my happiness on his
Yeah.
shoulders. Like, who can carry that to make someone
can
else
carry
whole?
that?
Like,
Right.
only God.
Right.
So being able to say, I've done my work, I'm a whole person, that's step one. Like, that's beautiful. So I love that. Amalia, what are you learning about yourself?
I think I got married young.
Okay.
And so to be married for over 20 years, you get used to, having someone there in your life and then, of course, the children. But after it happened, I wondered, was I going to be able to make it on my own, with 3 kids, even though they were a little bit older. They were, college age. But still, you wondered when you're married for so young. But when I received the job and started working for Breath of Life and moved across country, I thought, I'm going to be okay, because God was in every step. I didn't do this without him. I prayed constantly about it, and he just guided my footsteps and brought me here. And of course, I've made some amazing friends, but I didn't think I would be able to do that as a single woman by myself, but I did. And so I feel good about that.
Beautiful. I feel like there's somebody out there that needed to hear that who is kind of right there and they are wondering, are they going to be able to make it? But God, Jehovah Jireh is the provider, and he will make sure that you are taken care of. And so I hope somebody was listening and can take that away, that God has got you. What's one myth about singleness or dating that you've learned to let go of?
The bald head, tall, 6 foot with the beard.
Let it go. Okay, wait a minute.
I'm still
Let's break that
delusional
down.
about that. I'm still
holding on.
I'm still holding on to hope.
Break that down a little bit.
I've always been attracted to a certain type of guy.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And maybe that guy wasn't always the good guy because they didn't have values or qualities that I needed, like someone who was caring, someone who was emotionally intelligent, someone who could support me in this phase of my life, as a single mother. And so I've had to kind of pivot a bit and look at the things that like the words that man looks at the outward, but God looks at the heart.
Yeah.
And the heart is so much more important than that exterior, because at some time all that's going to fade away and go away somewhere. It's going to droop, whatever. And so it's important, like when I get to my 70s or 80s, I want to still play Uno or spades with someone, I want to have that connection and that fun, not just because of their physical, but because of how their heart is and them being able to hold my heart as well. Yeah.
How did you get there? Was it enough of those like, okay, wait a minute.
It took
just
a lot of tears.
Okay.
It took a lot of conversations with very good friends of mine. It had my mother encouraging me as well. This road is not easy. I smile a lot. I'm up front a lot at church, but sometimes I go home after church and I'm by myself. I cry. So, it's just getting through that and realizing how valuable and precious I am. It took me a long time, 45 years to finally get it. So that's where I am now. And I'm good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go back a little bit.
Okay.
You said
Yes.
you learned how valuable and precious you are. That hits my heart because I feel like all of us as women, single, married, whatever, we got to get that
Yeah.
because
Yes.
God created us
Yeah.
and he loves us and he does not want us to settle. He wants us to know who we are. How did you get to that point?
So my parents are very conservative, Seventh-day Adventists. My father, Pastor Trevor Barnes, is a pastor. I come from a family of pastors. They taught me the word, how to be meek, how to be humble, how to embody the fruits of the Spirit, but they didn't tell me you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're a rock star, you're good at this, continue to excel in this path.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, therapy, trial and error, and friends that made me realize, Melanie, you are all of this and more. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's taken some time.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Chance after chance. And that you have to keep, it's like, oh, just see how it will go. If I'm not seeing that it's gonna go anywhere,
Come on now.
why do I have to keep seeing that person? It's like you're told, it's like, okay, just give it a try.
Right.
But then I'm wasting my time, but I'm also wasting theirs.
Yeah.
Because it's like we try so hard to say, oh, I'm going to fix that person. Where it's just like, no, let it go. You don't have to keep trying. You don't have to. Sometimes it's just what it is,
Yes. Yes.
And
Take
I
it at face
think
value.
that a lot of the time we keep trying to find that person and we're just like, okay, I finally have somebody. And instead of just being like, okay, well, this is not working though, we're just going to keep trying and trying and trying to make it work because you're either scared that what if there's not somebody right after this?
Yeah,
What if
yeah,
it takes
yeah.
years for me to find somebody else? One thing that my mom was always taught me is like, you don't have to settle.
That's right.
Stay true to who you are.
That's right.
And if something is not working, keep going. Because she's like, I never want you to, get the habit of settling in life. If it's relationships, if it's, whatever you're buying, just don't
Yeah.
settle. Whatever you're going to, you don't want to settle. Just be like, oh, it's okay. I guess I'll deal with it. Strive for what you want. And if it takes a longer time to get there,
Ooh, you making me jump. I wanna
That's
just
okay.
interject
Right.
to say something.
Right?
What? No,
Yes.
everything you're spot on.
Yes.
You are spot on.
You don't have to
Absolutely.
settle.
That's right.
yeah.
I think a myth that I have learned to discard is that being single means something's wrong with you.
Like, what's wrong with her? Why
What's
is she
wrong
single?
with
She
you?
look cute, but
Right,
what's
right,
wrong with her? Is she crazy?
right.
Or that's the first thing that I always say. Is she
Right.
crazy?
And, you get that a lot from just society in general
Yep.
because they expect that at a certain age you should be getting married, you should be starting families, and you should be here, here, and here, right? And that's just not how life has turned out for everyone. And so in the seasons that I've been in, I realized that there is nothing wrong with being single.
Right.
I believe that God has a time for everything. And while we're single, we get a chance to rediscover things about ourselves and to grow within the spaces that we're already in. Because I know that being a single mom has been a challenging thing for me to do while raising a child. Like trying to grow Nadine and raise a child is a lot of pressure, and it comes with so many different things, right? And so to be in relation with a person, raising children, and trying to discover who you are can really be a challenge. And so I think that there is a time and place for everything. God has seasons for everyone. And if I am still single, it's not that there's anything wrong with me,
That's right. Yeah.
but this is just the season that I'm in. And so I should just take full advantage of where I'm at and grow something beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember being at church one day, and my sister is married, and we look alike, I would say. And a church member came to me and she said, now you're the one married to the guy that plays the piano, right? And I said, no, I'm not. And I remember my daughter was small and she was in a stroller, and I said, no, that I'm not married to him. And so she said, oh, well, who's your husband? And I said, I don't have a husband. And she said, oh. And when I walked away, I kind of felt, I mean, I was a young mom then, so I kind of felt the shame of that. But again, as I've grown, I've realized that, this is just not my season. And look, and it's not that I could not have been married.
Right.
I could have been married several times. But because of my standards,
Talk about it.
I decided that,
Yeah.
Some
you
wait
know,
for one.
right,
Yeah.
that's just not what I'm going to settle for. I don't have to settle.
Yeah.
My parents taught me the same thing. You don't have to settle. And so what I settled was to be single until God brings me the person that he has for me. And yes, it is difficult and it's lonely at times, but I think that the reward is way better than living in anguish and despair and depression and all the things, right? So
You bring up a good point.
I want Amalia to say something about
Yes.
it.
I
I was just going to say something. So I think I'm a little different. I'm probably I know I'm the oldest one here in this group, so my experience is a little different. And so I've had the married life. I know what that's like. I think it can be really wonderful for those that are looking for it. I am enjoying being single. I really am. I'm enjoying it. I'm traveling with work. I can go and come as I please. And I'm not ready to settle down just yet. Though there are the times, as Nadine said, you miss the companionship. You missed, talking to someone and sharing your day with someone. So there's some things that you do miss, but overall, I don't think there's a myth that I had to overcome. I just think I'm enjoying this time in my life. And I know we've all said this, and this has been the common thread, that when God sees fit to bring that person into my life, then, I'll be open to that because I'm not actively looking or actively pursuing. But when it comes and the time is there, I think he'll let me know. Amalia, he's not tall. He's not a little thing.
But that's when they show up.
That's
When you're not, that's when they
It's
come.
Exactly.
So
And I think
be
it'll
open.
happen.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
it's coming.
Being open. I love it. So you brought up something, Nadine, is the challenge of dating with children.
Oh, yes.
And how do you navigate that? What kind of boundaries do you have to put in place? Is it possible to, what does that look like? How do you navigate dating with children?
it's possible. It is challenging, especially if you aren't as trusting in our world today.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I'm always joking with my daughter about, not joking, but joking, is that there's sex trafficking everywhere. And you just can't be too safe. And so in dating, I had to set up some boundaries. Guys weren't allowed to come to my house. We met out in public. And you did not come and pick me up. I drove there because I didn't want you to know where I lived anyway. Because that's your that's your sanctuary, your home. You want to feel safe, especially when you have kids, or if you don't have kids, you especially want to be safe because you don't have anyone else in the home with you. And so that was one of my boundaries. You cannot know where I live. You are not coming to my house. And I believe maybe one or two guys actually got to a point where they met my parents because I kind of kept them at bay. But dating can be a little
Tricky.
A little tricky. You have to plan. You can't just get up and go.
Right.
You can't be spontaneous in the dating.
Yeah.
You have to plan for it.
Yeah.
So if you want to take me out, then you need to let me know ahead of time. 'Cause I have to secure child care. I have to make sure that homework is done and things, all the things.
Yes.
So it can be a little tricky, but with a little planning, it's possible.
Okay.
It's possible if that's something that you want to do.
All right. Amalia.
Let me tell you, I don't know how old Nadine's daughter is. My kids are in their 30s.
How?
And-
How?
How
Right.
what?
You look amazing.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they're in their mid 30s,
Wow.
and if I even hint, I'm thinking about why. Why are you dating? They're still at this age just not interested in me having a partner, which, when I'm ready, I'm ready. But it's just amusing to me that they're not. They're content that mom is still there, mom is still around. She's over there, but she's still all to, to them. No. So, but when I'm ready, and like I said, when the time comes then. But they're not young, so it's a little different. When you have little young ones, you do have to be worried about all those things. Mine, they're going to sit them down. We have questions.
Yes. Yes.
We have a lot of questions.
What about you, Melanie?
Well, I do have 2 bodyguards that I live with, and anytime I dress up and, where are you going? What are you doing? Where are you going, Mom? Yeah.
Right.
My children have never seen me with anyone except for their father, and I do that intentionally, as Nadine said. If I'm going out with someone, we need to plan ahead. We're going to meet in public, and I'm going to drive myself there. But eventually, I would love to have a gentleman open my car door and take me somewhere.
Yes.
But yes, just very intentional about being safe, just because the world is not safe now. I was going to drift into something else and talk about online dating, but that's probably for another episode. Anyway, but just being safe and making sure that my children are secure as well. They know that I'm single. They see it. They see my tears. They understand. And so they'll get me some roses and Reese's peanut butter cups because they're just really good boys. Yeah.
All my single ladies, I hope that you are enjoying this show as we are talking about what it looks like in every season of life to navigate this space. We are so excited when Girls Night In happens, even if you're at home and you're watching by yourself or you've gathered a bunch of your girlfriends around you. We hope that you all are enjoying this incredible topic. Listen, if you have someone that you can send this to, do that right now. Share it with them. Be that girlfriend that helps send that good advice. And let's get back to Girls Night In.
Listen, let's talk about the online dating just a little bit. Let's touch on that because I know that that's a huge thing that's going on right now. How do you navigate the online dating? Because we're talking about safety. We're talking about not knowing who someone really is because people misrepresent themselves.
Absolutely.
How do you navigate that? Has anyone tried online dating at all?
I have.
Okay.
I have to. I have.
No.
That's all I have to say about
Okay.
it was for me, authenticity and meeting someone, having that
Yes.
connection face
Yeah.
to face is so much more than just swiping because
Right.
you cannot really tell a person's personality by how how they look.
Yeah, profile
Well,
picture.
yeah.
You need that
description.
chemistry.
Yeah, I need that
I
chemistry.
need to know that
yeah.
even if you weren't the person I was intending to
Right.
speak with, if you can get me into a conversation
Right.
and you can get me to laugh.
Come on.
You can get me to laugh,
Yes.
and that conversation starts flowing. I think that helps. And that's why I never even looked at online dating because you're just a person. And are you really that person in that picture?
Right. Yeah. I
Are you
only
really
did
that
it
person?
Because a friend of mine, he paid for my subscription to this app that I was on because my life is busy, and he recognized that and said, "You're a busy professional. This is the way that people are, meeting and engaging these days. But I'd rather meet someone."
No, organically.
Yes.
just- Or if a friend says, "Hey, I have someone I want you to meet,"
Yeah.
that's different than
Yeah.
I don't know if you're that person.
But it's worked for some people, and
It
that's
has.
amazing.
Right. It
It
has.
is. I'm very
I
happy.
think,
but
I think it's opened up the door for you to have more options
Yes.
in meeting people.
True.
Yeah.
I, but I think it presents the same problems as if you were to meet a person in public. Like, they're going to be who
Yeah.
they are,
Right.
whether you meet them online or
Show them that good
Yeah.
side first.
exactly, exactly. So I think it just presented more options. I haven't had a lot of success with it, but I've met some great people from it.
I think for at least my generation,
What you trying to
with I'm not, but but I think it's more of like it's become more of like a game in like dating apps. It's literally like a game. It's more of like hookup culture that
It's most definitely hookup culture.
yeah, that online dating is just playing a game with your friends. So like, oh, he's cute. Oh no, he's not. Like, it's not actually real. There's no substance in it. Sadly,
Yeah.
and that's just how it is. Sadly, for our at least not
I know what you mean.
but my generation. And so it's less of finding an actual relationship and more just
Looking for a hookup.
That's what I found as well. Because people they're attracted to sight. They see your profile picture, they're gonna want to go further by how you look. So that's why I found no depth in that.
Yeah.
And it was hard to engage and have conversations with people as well.
Yeah.
And then I'm sorry, I come from a family of educators, and if I read your profile, and there are listen, there is there's a difference in the word two, and there. If you don't use apostrophes, I'm sorry. And my friends say I'm really hard on guys. That is intelligence is a turn on for me.
Yes.
So if you can't
Yeah.
spell,
It's a no.
it's gonna be
It's a
hard.
no.
Yes.
Grammar
That's
is everything.
fair.
Grammar is
That's fair.
everything. Yes.
I wanted to talk about that, as we're talking about dating. What are some immediate red flags that you have, like, just give me one each, but just one red flag that's just like, yeah, no.
Sexualizing me. Like, you see me, I'm attractive, but you're looking at me up from the top of my head to my feet, but you're not looking at me in my eyes.
Yeah.
You're not connecting with me. So that's a no. I already know what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good one.
That is a very
One-sided consistency. I feel like a lot of the times now it's more of like, okay, I'm texting you and then going back and then nothing.
Yeah. See.
And then it's just like, okay, oh, were you supposed to call me?
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm maybe old-fashioned,
Yeah.
but I like to be pursued.
You keep that. Yes.
So
Say that.
And you
me,
deserve it, girl.
Yes.
me consistently,
Yeah.
texting. I'm sorry, that's not just gonna happen.
Yeah.
You have not earned that.
Come
on,
So I'm not about
That's
to
wholeness
go
right
out
there.
of my
Yes.
way to keep something going.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Why is he texting?
I
You
want.
should be calling.
That's okay.
Why-
So
Yeah,
Let's talk about
Yeah,
the
can we do
text.
I mean,
that?
texting is okay once maybe you're in the relationship or we are still meeting, right? But what happened to the phone call?
When you're trying to get
You
to
know, when
know
you're getting to know
someone,
someone,
texting is
the
not
phone
the way.
call is important.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say generation X, Y, Z. What is it? I don't know,
No,
but
I need a phone
having
call.
a phone
I mean,
call.
Yeah, what
not,
happened to that?
Not getting my IG handle, my face.
Yes.
Well, get my phone number and then
Right. Let's
call
have a
me
real
and we can have a
conversation.
yeah.
Or feeling like social media DMs is considered
Yes.
communication.
Yes, no.
Oh yeah, well we talk all the time. No, we
No.
don't. You send me DMs
Right.
with
No.
with memes or reels.
Emojis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not communication.
Yes.
right. Right.
That's you touching base and
Yes.
sending me something, which I do with
think
my girlfriend.
There's a place for the texting. I think maybe once you're in a relationship and
it's
you both
established
are
or something.
working,
Yeah.
Right.
and it's
Right.
just a quick, a
Yeah.
quick kiss during the day or a quick emoji just to let you know I'm thinking about you because you're both working.
Right.
Right.
We
But
hope
if
you're
it's
both
the
working.
sole way of
We hope you're both
That must be your red flag.
I need to know that you are working, or I need to know what it is you're doing. And I have a reason
Don't
for
be
saying
like Tommy.
What
Don't be
are
like
you
Tommy.
doing?
Or Martin.
You and Tommy.
No, I
Tommy.
have a reason for saying that. There was someone that I was talking with because everyone kept saying, "Oh, you're so hard. You're so hard. You need to." Okay, fine. I'll talk to this person. But I could not get a handle on what he did.
Oh no.
And I would ask these different questions in a different way, and I just couldn't get a handle. Well, one day, I'm working, and I hadn't called him back. So probably 2 days went by. So when I called him back, he says to me, "Oh, I see how it is." He said, "You're off working. Why aren't you home? I would have cooked dinner for you. I would have." And I thought, well, wait, why are you at home
Cooking.
and not working?
What's your occupation?
What's your occupation? What is your occupation? I'm not going to say what the occupation was, but when I found out and you needed to borrow $20 at the end of the week, I thought,
Yeah,
oh,
no, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
you think that's a red
Yeah.
That was just, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
Not at this age.
No.
We're not doing this.
No, absolutely not. So, what are some questions that you all think are important for a woman to ask on that first or second date so that you can kind of get this information? I know that we ask those, surface questions, but what is that one question that you all have learned to ask so that you can find out what you need to know?
Do you have a relationship with God?
Yeah.
Immediately. Yeah.
And I like that you didn't say, do you go to church?
No, do you have a relationship with God?
Because
Yeah.
there is a difference.
There is a difference. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a very good one.
I think mine is typically, what have you learned about yourself
That's a good one.
from your previous relationship?
Relationships.
Wow.
Yep. I
Because
get there
that
too,
lets
yep.
me know if you're blaming
Yeah.
the other person for where you're at currently,
Yeah.
or if you've taken responsibility.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
That's real.
anybody sets out to be a horrible person or whatever, but we can all progress and we can always learn something from our relationships, which tend to
good.
be mirrors.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm always wanting to know, what are you learning about yourself, or what have you learned about yourself? And if they can't tell me, then I'm just like, okay.
And then you can tell from that question, are they healed? Because are they still carrying baggage from
most
their prior
definitely.
relationships?
Most
So
definitely.
Yes.
That's a great question to gauge that as
typically
well.
brings up the
Yep.
unhealed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
parts of people.
Right.
And, then you get to decide whether you want to move forward.
Right.
in
Or
Yes.
maintain your peace and say no. Thank
Yes. These are some good questions, y'all.
I think for me, there's several things, but in addition to those, I have two. One is, how do you handle conflict? What's your conflict resolution? How are you handling this? Are you getting upset and you don't talk about it? You walk out the door, or
Right.
can you sit and have an adult conversation
Conversation, yeah.
without the yelling or without any of
Right.
those things? Can we just calmly, say whatever the issue is, can we do that?
That's a good one.
How's your 401k? I need to know. I'm in a different era.
I was going to say that for
I'm in a different,
but that's
well,
real.
because it might be different, say, for Maya, who's younger, versus someone, I know where I am. Where are you?
Where are you?
Where are you?
What's your plans?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you
You need
planned?
someone who is thinking about the future.
Thinking
Exactly.
about your future.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you have in place? What do you have, how do you budget? How do you handle those things? Those are things that you never want to talk about on a first date, but it lets you know how a person is and how they manage and
Right.
what they do.
Right.
That's just as
Yeah.
important.
Right.
Yes,
That's good.
absolutely.
What about you, Maya?
Probably like, what are we doing? Like,
What is this?
What is this?
What are your intentions?
my thing, because now it's so weird. It's like we've created a new kind of like dating where it's like, oh no, you're talking but you're not dating, but you are dating, but you're
not boyfriend and girlfriend.
You're not boyfriend and
Situationships.
girlfriend. You're
thing.
situationships.
Situationships.
And then it's like you're doing all the things that you would do with your husband, but you're not even a girlfriend.
Right.
Mercy.
So it's
That's
just like,
real.
no.
are we going to be anything at this point? Because it's like you have to ask. Because some people, they can go months
Yep.
without knowing,
Yep.
and
No clarity,
you're
no-
going on a bunch of dates, or they're not dates because you're free to see other people. But then
Right.
it's just like, what is this going? What is the longevity of this whole thing?
Wow.
Because a lot of the time, especially now, it's just like, oh, I didn't even know that we were going to go in that direction. Oh, okay. You know, it's weird.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know what it is with this culture of just dating. It's just like no one knows what anybody is because there's no labels to anything anymore. And it's, you know, it's really sad because it makes things so much easier and simpler.
So what I found is that that's a red flag.
A lack of accountability,
Lack
right?
of accountability. If they don't want to discuss what their intentions are or where they're at, they're creating a situation.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be sad later, or he's gonna be sad. I mean, either way. But
Either way, yeah.
yeah, and it creates a lot of confusion.
It's a lot of confusion.
That's good that you are knowing to ask that question and asking what are your intentions.
Yeah.
Because let's put it all out there. This is what I'm looking for. If that's not what you're looking for, then what are we even doing?
Right.
Seeing you're wasting
not
time.
waste
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not
Why
wasting
waste
time.
time?
Yeah.
Wasting mine
And
yours.
Yes.
even though it doesn't seem like it's yours because it feels like it's just mine. But, you know.
I want to ask, what's the best dating advice you have ever received? And while you think about that, I want to share mine. So my dad told me one time, I was kind of disappointed with the behavior of the person I was dating. And there were different challenges and things that had come up in the relationship, and I saw some behavior. And I was just telling my dad, he really changed. And so he said, Gianna, when you get a lemon and you squeeze it, what comes out? I was like, lemon juice? He's like, whatever's in it. So he just said he didn't change. It's just when life squeezed him, whatever
That's
was
amazing.
already in him came out. So you got to be paying attention to what's coming out. That's not a shift. It's not a change. It's what was already there. And that always stuck with me because, and that's why I feel like it's important when we're dating to see them when they're under pressure, to see them with their family, to see them when things aren't going as well. How are you reacting? All of this quick, like we dated 2 weeks and then we got married, you know, and sometimes that works. But sometimes is we didn't give it enough time to cook, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so being able to see you under pressure, being able to see you angry so that we can see how you actually resolve conflict, being able to see those things was good. So that was one that stuck out to me. Anybody
My
else?
dad told me the same thing.
Really?
But he talked about it in seasons. And he always said, you want to date people through several seasons
yeah.
so that you see how are they when things are going well in the spring, when everyone's in love. Right? How are they, you know, in the summertime when things get hot?
Come
You
on
know,
now.
How are they in the fall when things start dying? And in the winter, everything's dead, right?
Cold
so
and dead, yeah.
and cold. So date people through all of those seasons so that you can have a really good view of the person you're dealing with.
Wow.
You know.
That's good. I
So
like that. The
it was-
seasons.
It
Yeah.
was the same. I like the lemon. So
That's amazing.
whatever you squeeze is gonna come out.
It's going to come out.
Don't conform to what you think that they want you to be.
That's a good one.
That's really good.
Because one thing my mom has always taught is like you'll have resentment later on down in the line
Yes.
when you're like, why did I do this? Why did you make me do? You're always gonna be thinking like, if I didn't conform to what I pictured
you
what they wanted me
Yeah.
to be, where would I be now? And then that's the last thing that you want in a relationship is to think of the what ifs. And especially right now in this day, it's like it's so hard to find somebody. It's like, okay, if I just change a little bit of this, it's only a little bit, because it's so hard to find somebody. I'm still myself, but
Yes.
are you though? You know,
Material.
and it's something that I've always, hold true to myself. It's like I'm not going to change for anybody, just because my mom literally has pushed it. It's like don't change. You can better yourself,
Yes. You can grow.
but don't dim your light for somebody else.
Yeah.
To shine.
That's it. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's similar to what I was going to say. I don't think you can go in to a relationship thinking, well, I'm going to change this about him, and I'm going to change this. And if we get married, I'm really changing that. And because what you're seeing, this is what
you're
it
gonna
is.
get.
This is what you're going to get. It just may be magnified once you get married. You can't go in thinking you're going to change that person. You can't do
Yeah.
that, and vice versa. I've seen it both ways. You need to be open to what you're seeing and accept it, and just not think, I'm going to change all of that
When they
later
show you
on.
that they are, believe them.
The Lord brought him to me, but this is what I'm going to change. No, are you sure the Lord brought him to you? Those are just things you need to look for. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Well, for me, I guess the best advice would have come from my brother. So I started experiencing this after I got divorced, and then he passed away. I just knew I would get with somebody real quick, like after the divorce. But after being with him for 12 years, I realized that there wasn't much out there, and I was chasing nothing. And so my brother said, and it's kind of what Amalia said earlier, find yourself, find your healing, do things for yourself, date yourself, take yourself out, dress up. I love to dress up and put on some lashes and go out.
Yes.
But I had to learn how to do those things on my own,
By
by
yourself.
myself.
Yeah.
And that helped me to heal to get to where I am now. So not chasing, just being content with myself. It is well with my soul.
Yes.
And just living in this season and being good with Melanie where I am right now. Yeah.
Ooh, y'all dropping some gems.
Melanie, and that's such a good point. When you're good with yourself and the right person comes along, can you imagine
Listen.
how
Wow.
much
Yes.
better it's going to be? Because
Yes.
you're not coming from a broken spot. You have healed, and you're bringing that much more joy
Absolutely.
to the relationship.
It's what
Yes.
Nadine said earlier, like that wholeness. I'm whole, but when you're coming to me, you're going to bring something whole, and it's just going to be spectacular.
Yeah,
It's going
exactly.
to be fireworks.
exactly.
So yeah.
What are some non-negotiables or boundaries you've developed from knowing your worth? And you all have touched on some boundaries. But are there any other boundaries that you've developed as you've learned your own self-worth? Like, I'm not doing that,
I think a non-negotiable is being unemployed.
I mean, what'd you say?
Being unemployed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you must be employed.
He has to be employed.
He has to be
Yeah.
employed.
Oh,
Like, that's number one. Like, I work really hard.
Yeah.
So when I get up to go to work, you should be up also.
Yes.
Going somewhere.
Yes.
And when I get home, you should be coming in after me.
Absolutely.
Unemployment is not an option.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? Because
Very good.
I can't carry another adult who's capable.
Yeah.
Now, if we get together and something happens and you lose your job,
Right.
I
Yeah.
understand that. But when I meet you, you can't be in between jobs.
Right.
I need you to
You
be
need to have the
settled.
bag.
Yeah.
Have
Let's be
the bag.
settled. Yeah. For
I had
sure.
this,
And a career.
and I agree with you. I had this friend who was trying to set me up with someone, and his wife in the background was going, no.
Oh boy.
And I said, what's the story? And he said, well, he doesn't work, flag one. And so I said, he doesn't
No,
work.
ma'am.
So then he said, well, he doesn't. I started asking questions. Didn't own a car. He doesn't work. And there was just so many things that just kept going downhill. And I said, and why are you bringing him to me? And he said, because I think you can change him. He would change just for you. No, that's not what we're looking
No.
for. And like I said, a man of a certain age, I think those things should all stability.
Yeah.
Stability
Yeah.
is important.
Yes.
Yes, stability.
Yes.
I like what Maya said earlier about not dimming your light. And
Yes.
knowing your self-worth means you're going to go about your day and exist and show up in the world knowing that the person who finds me will love me for me and who will love my quirkiness and will love my curves and will love my sense of humor. Like, you know, don't try to change me. You know, I had a guy I was dating and he was just like, yeah, so I can't date anybody who is going to get over a certain weight. You know,
I've met men
and
like
I
that.
was like, bro, I need somebody that's gonna love curves, that's gonna love me, you know.
yes.
And I'm gonna, you know, you take care of yourself, you work out, you do the things. But I'm just saying, like, if you're already developing these hard lines, and I have to conform to a certain way of being in order for you to love me, no, that's a red flag. No, we're not doing that.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you mine. Don't let us just meet and you say, so when you cooking for me, like
Oh, boy.
I don't like that.
no,
Give us
yeah.
some time and then I can make you some
Yeah.
rice and peas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But give us some time.
Yes.
Some jerk chicken.
Right. And I think it would come across the same way if you just met him and you're like, when are you taking me shopping?
Yeah.
When you gonna put a ring on it?
Right.
Oh,
No,
right.
that's a turn off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we gotta dial that back, you know, get to know people. It's
a big turn off.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, we're not doing that. How do you discern God's peace versus running ahead with your own desires when dating someone new? Because I know you all said, you know, you're waiting, but I've waited before and we can get impatient. And a lot of times we can get excited because all of the first few dates or the first few, or you had a dream or somebody told you you're going to meet your husband this year. And so you're like, this must be him. But how do you differentiate between, okay, let me hold back and, you know, kind of running ahead and getting impatient? How do you pace yourself?
So I've learned that I'm very impatient. I'm a very A-type person, so I need to know everything, every step along the journey, like from beginning to end. And even in my marriage, as I was thinking and preparing for, you know, this discussion, I realized that I was like Sarah. You know, the Lord told Abraham that he would be the father of many nations. And Sarah, she didn't want to wait. She was impatient and she got Hagar and said, well, go be with Hagar.
Yeah.
And here comes Ishmael. So there were issues because she didn't wait on God. For me, it is continual conversations with God and him,
Yeah, that's good.
the Spirit telling me immediately, like, yes or
Wow.
no, this is not the right person, or, you know, after you go through your vetting, you can figure it out. But it's by literally trusting God, because I didn't do it right the first time, obviously. So I said, Lord, I just yield to you because you got to do this for me. I can't do it
Yeah.
on my own.
Yeah.
So that's what it is for me.
I've done the same thing. Talk to God often once dating someone, because you know when you first start dating someone,
It feels
like,
good.
it feels
Yeah.
good, the hormones
Yeah.
are flowing and you got all this chemistry and you know, but one thing I've always told myself is that I'm not a heart reader. God is. And
That's
so
right. That's beautiful.
he'll
Yeah.
reveal what needs to be revealed in time.
That's
and
beautiful.
so I'm always asking,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, God, I'm
For that
excited,
wisdom,
but
Yeah.
is there anything I need to be aware of?
That's right.
And he always ends up showcasing it on a big billboard. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, I see you. I see you.
Girl, but you could Google people now too, so you know.
Yes.
But
Do
yes,
your
you're
due
right.
diligence. Hallelujah. How do you protect your joy and confidence in a world that often equates value with relationship status?
Loving myself, which I do.
Yes.
So, you know, I actually had this talk with my brother actually, and we were just talking. It's like being able to, in a sense, like date yourself, being okay to go out by yourself,
right.
being
love that.
one with yourself.
Yes.
Be like, okay, if a person comes, it comes. But right now, I am okay with just me,
Yes.
especially in
I
this
love that.
time right now. It's like, I just graduated. I'm okay. I want, there's stuff I want to get done before I ever, you know, settle down. There's just this peace that honestly just comes over me. I'm just like, okay, I'm cool. It's
Yeah.
like, are you looking for? I'm like, not really. I mean, if a person comes, hallelujah. But right now, I am enjoying my just
Yes.
being with me,
Wholesome over there.
myself,
Go
and
ahead, Maya.
so
on, Maya.
I love that.
I'm waiting for that special person. to
Go
come.
ahead. He is out there waiting for you. So
Yes.
yes.
All right, we're going to do a quick lightning round.
Okay.
Fast one-word responses. Texting or phone calls? I think y'all already.
Phone.
Texting.
Okay, yeah, that generation. I like to text.
Texting.
You ain't always got to call. They ain't always
You
got
don't
to
always
call.
have to call. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'm like,
A quick
I'm
text.
a texter too. So
Singing Usher song. You ain't got to call. It's okay.
you don't gotta call.
Okay. Flowers or quality time?
Quality time.
Both.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, can you
Both.
do both? I mean,
Both.
yeah.
Quality time.
Quality time. Okay. All right. Pursue or be pursued?
Be
pursued.
pursued.
Amen. We got to say that louder for the people in the
Yes.
Be pursued.
Yes. We got to let the men know we still want to be pursued.
Yes.
God created
Exactly.
that natural
Yes.
order.
Yes.
Men are the hunters.
Right, right.
But I think
know?
coming along with that, and you mentioned it earlier, yes, I want you to open the door for me.
Chivalry. Yeah.
I want
Not
all
dead.
that.
Yeah.
Pull
Not
out my
dead.
chair for
Yeah.
me. Take the car and
That's
go put
right.
gas in it for me.
I teach my sons
Yes.
that open the door
Yes,
for ladies.
I taught
They're
mine
very-
the same
Yes.
thing.
Yep.
You know, there's a certain
Yeah.
way you go up the escalator.
That's
Or
right.
when you're walking on the street,
Right.
you know, you take all of the. I want all of that.
Yeah.
And I want it to come second nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. You don't have to think about
Right.
it.
And I know just a little bit about you.
Uh-oh.
You like to cook, and you
I
like
do.
to. So it's not one-sided.
No,
like
it's
do
not.
all this for
Good.
me.
No,
Yeah.
no. I
And then,
love to cook.
We got to come to your house, girl.
Yeah.
Have
she
another
can-
conversation.
She could cook.
at your house.
That's I think that's part of my love language.
Yeah.
Because I love. Well, they
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
I love to cook.
That's
so.
awesome.
I love it. First date, coffee or dinner?
Coffee.
Dinner.
Okay.
Neither.
Wait, what's the first date?
I would rather go like do something fun,
Okay.
break the ice
Yeah.
instead of just
Okay.
sitting down.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah,
know.
that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something
Like
fun.
bowling or something? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Like in a, cute
Yeah,
little.
some type of activity.
Yeah.
In case it doesn't go well.
Just in case, yeah. Let's end
Dinner
this.
might be there for a
You're there.
while.
You're there for a while.
This drink is
Well,
done.
that's why the coffee thing. It's short. It's sweet. I don't have
Right.
to have a long
Coffee.
dinner.
Well, dang,
and
y'all
wait
make me
about-
look like I'm hungry.
I'm always down for a good meal. I am.
It's been a long day. I work hard. Give me some
But not
dinner.
the
I don't
first
have to
date.
cook it.
But not the first date. 'cause
Right.
It may not
Look,
go.
you get to the second course, you be like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. And then you
Yeah.
got 3
Where
more
to go?
courses to go. Right. Biggest turn on, confidence or consistency?
Confidence for me.
Consistency.
Yeah, you hit on that earlier.
Yeah.
She don't like that inconsistency.
I was gonna say both. Yeah,
Yeah.
both.
But
Yeah,
I
they
think
go
if
hand
you
in
have
hand.
that confidence,
Yeah.
all of that's going to
It's
fall
gonna-
into place.
That's true.
It's
That's
going
true.
to fall
And
into
confidence,
place.
not
because
cockiness.
Yes.
because
or
you
arrogance.
can be consistent
Yes.
about
Yeah.
something, but
Yes.
not very confident with
True.
yourself and who you are.
Yeah.
I need the confidence,
Yeah.
and all of
Yeah.
that will.
Yeah.
I love it. Deal breaker, dishonesty or lack of ambition?
Dishonesty. Well,
Both.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I gotta
What's the
trust
bigger-
you though.
What's the bigger
Like,
turn off?
yeah.
Dishonesty.
Dishonesty.
Yeah.
I can't trust you if you're
Yeah.
not telling the truth. It's never gonna work ever.
We could maybe help you along with that ambition, but
Right.
that dishonesty,
Yeah.
if that's in you, I can't.
Yeah.
Everybody's agreeing on that. Okay.
Nadine, yeah, they gotta have a job. So.
Lack of ambition. You just go to work.
More important, shared faith or shared interests?
I would say shared faith.
Me too.
Because
Shared
we don't
faith.
have to share the same interests. I want to.
Yeah.
I want to continue
You can
to
be your own person.
Right, be my own person. I want you to continue to do the things that you enjoy and love, and we can come together.
I want
on
some
some
shared
things.
interests, but
Yeah.
I definitely need the shared faith. I
Does
don't
that
want to
mean-
have to fight. I don't want to have to fight.
Does that
about
mean
it.
they have to be 7-day Adventists or Christian or what
For
does that
me,
look like for
Seventh-day
you?
Adventist,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's good. As we get ready to close, ladies, what's one prayer or affirmation that you're holding on to in this season?
No good thing.
will he
God
withhold?
from me.
Mm.
No
that,
good
right?
thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
something I hold on to all the time. Like,
Yes.
if I don't have it, then God's not ready for me to have it. But He says that no good thing
Come on now.
will He
Preach now.
withhold.
Come on.
Yes.
Amen.
I believe that.
Oh, I love that.
Amen. That's a good way to end.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
For me, it would be Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, my favorite text. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Lean not unto thine own understanding, which I've
Yes.
done
Yeah.
and gotten in trouble. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct my path.
Yes,
So,
He will.
Yes. Yes.
Melanie's in my head.
So like, darn, should have spoken up first.
I love that. His word is for everybody.
Yes, yes.
Let me be ready, because people talk so much like, you're looking for him, but also within myself, when it's there, let not just him on his side be ready, but also me, and let me know that this is right. Give me, that peace, that sign that this is what God wants.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. I was listening to a message recently by Priscilla Shire. I love listening to her. And one of the things she was saying is that we are chosen, not cheated. And I know that there are many women who have experienced loss, who have experienced heartbreak, who've experienced different things in life, and they feel cheated because it hasn't gone according to plan, and it doesn't look like what they thought it would look like. But I love that reminder is that we are chosen and that God has a path for us, and he has chosen us, and he's going to get us through all the things that we have going on. And I just want to share this verse, Psalm 16, 8 and 9. I have set the Lord always before me, because he is at my right hand. I shall not be shaken. Therefore my heart is glad, and my whole being rejoices. My flesh also dwells secure. I just believe that God has something for us. And if we are in him, and if we're resting in him, he can make us whole. He can keep us secure, and he can make sure that we're ready for that open door when he's ready to give us the love of our lives. And so he's preparing all of us. All of these experiences that you all have shared are preparing you for what God has for you and for you. So I hope that you had some great takeaways tonight. We got some good wisdom. Y'all dropped some gems. So there's somebody that doesn't have to go through at least one of these hard situations because they know what to be looking for. They know what questions to ask. And so I just want to encourage you to know that you are chosen. You have not been cheated. God has a plan for you, and it is going to blow your mind. So if this episode has been encouraging to you, make sure you share it with a friend, share it with your girlfriend, make sure that you let everybody know. And we want you to join us again for Girls Night In. This conversation is going to continue. So we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Bye.
We hope you had not only great information given, but we hope you had insightful conversations with your own girls that may be with you or over the phone or through text. Make sure that you comment below and let us know some of the things that helped you out. But we are so excited when we are having Girls Night In. We want to encourage you that if you want more shows like this at Breath of Life, help us, subscribe to us, like this video, but we also want to make sure that you support us in other ways. Partner with us. Visit breathoflife.tv so that you can find different ways to help make BOL feel like it belongs to you. In the meantime, we want to encourage you to join us next week right here at the Weekend Exhale with BOL.